my beautiful twin flames, and welcome back. Welcome to your twin flame reading. Let's get right into your reading. Hope you guys are all doing well. I know that energetically a lot is going on with the new moon today in Aries, and with a bunch of solar flares that hit the planet a couple of days ago. A lot of intense energy. So it's going to bring up a lot of stuff. It's going to bring up a lot of anger, suppressed anger that has been suppressed. It's all coming up. It's like the universe is doing this, what is it? Not overhaul, but you know when you're just like spring cleaning, like getting rid of all of old stuff. So you're going to be feeling a lot if you haven't already, and know that this is very natural. It's very necessary part of our planetary global healing. I'm not going to keep talking about this because I literally could go on and on. Let's get right into your reading. Just wanted to give you some background of what is going on planetarily. Planetarily. Is that even a word? Okay, I'm gonna stop talking. I've got on like heavy makeup because I woke up not feeling like my usual self because I'm going through a lot of emotions. I didn't even ask a question yet. Let's ask a question. How's your twin flame connection doing? How's your twin flame connection doing? I feel like I'm all over the place. I had a half decaf coffee. Usually I don't drink caffeine, so when I do, I tend to go on and on and on talking. So we have the King of Swords, we have the Page of Cups, and we have the Page of Wands. So I want to say, like, the page energy as opposed to a king energy. The page energy is a very youthful, very vibrant, exciting type of energy, like someone who's just starting out, someone who's just beginning. Whereas the king energy is more of a mature energy, experienced. And so what I find interesting is having both energies present. So there's more like your connection has grown, matured into something that, I don't want to use the word solid, but I'm trying to think of another word. It's more like something that is always there. It's like you turn around and, oh yeah, it's there. It's like something that is always there, like dependable, solid, stable. And I'm not saying, I don't want to use those words because for a lot of twin flames, you know, we experience the complete opposite of those words. So your connection has blossomed or matured over the time that you've been separated, or little to no communication, or, you know, since you've had this disconnect. And it's getting to a point where, again, and I keep saying this, a new cycle is beginning, because that's what life is. Life is cycles, end of a cycle, beginning of a cycle. So it's always renewal, it's always rebirth. So despite your connection having evolved into something, we'll say something, there is this newness, there is new growth happening. So you may be experiencing feelings of hopefulness, even though you don't see any evidence in the 3D that anything's happening or moving forward. There is this sense of hope, and even like, I want to say excitement, anticipation, the sense of wonder, like you're like, you know, the newness of spring. So here in Canada, we are now ending winter, approaching spring, and spring is about rebirth and renewal and exciting because we're excited for the warm weather, we're excited for summer, we're excited for the blossoming of earth, and that's what I'm really getting. So there's this newness, there's this new hope, and that's going on for both of you. Because I do see this as the two of you. You're on the same page energetically because both pages. You are facing each other and you both have this renewed sense of hope. So over the time since you've been in your disconnect or separation, there's been great progress, I want to say, and growth in terms of your soul evolution. You've had to go through everything for the growth of your soul because that's what you want. You don't want stagnancy. Am I just making up these words as I go along? You don't want to be stagnant. Our nature is to bloom and blossom and grow even in environments that don't support that. We're like these growing new growth, see that? Just sprouting, like even through unhealthy environments, even in like, you know, when you see growth even happen through like rock and cement, like how does it grow? It just grows. And that's what you're all doing. That's what we're all doing together. Despite what's going on in the world, despite what's going on in your connection, we have been growing. So what has died away are the old patterns, our old selves. You are now both blossoming and starting this new adventure, this new beginning. Because see how he's in like the desert? There's not much around there. There's not much he can work with. But there is growth. So even in the world where we have all this stuff going on that isn't really conducive to joy, we are still growing. Because that's what the soul seeks. That's what our soul wants. Our soul wants to grow. Our soul wants to experience. And part of our growth was to experience unhealthy things so that we can have that contrast and decide. So you and your twin flame had to go through what you were going through so that you could choose what you do want. You had to feel what you didn't want so that you can powerfully choose what you do want. So I love seeing how both you and your twin flame are on the same page, even though your connection has matured and is kind of in a standstill, like not really moving. And yet you're both having this renewed sense of self, trying new things, thinking of new possibilities, putting yourself out in the world even though you may be hesitant to do so, even though it could seem scary. But you're doing things that are different now. And that's beautiful because that is often what is needed, because that's why twin flame connections weren't able to move forward, because things were stagnant. Things weren't growing. And so this is a beautiful indication that you're both growing and you're on the same page. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm getting a good vibe from this. Okay, so let's continue on and see where you are at on your journey. Where are you at on your twin flame journey? I do pre-shuffle all of my decks, but I like to do one on camera so that you can actually see that I'm shuffling the cards. And I'm using all tarot decks for this reading. Usually I mix it up with oracle cards or my own card deck that I created. But today I just wanted to go all tarot on you. Okay, so we have Knight of Voices, which is Knight of Swords. And we have the Knight of Cups, or Knight of Emotions. You guys are so on the same page. So literally, both pages. Okay, now we literally have two knights. You guys are really mirroring what you're going through. So it could be completely different situations, but you're going through things similarly. You're learning, you're experiencing things similarly. Even if you're like halfway across the world, even if you're in completely different situations, different backgrounds, different work, career, you're both having the similar experiences. See how they're kind of both in flight? So I mean, I was hearing success-wise, like one of you is like flying high, one of you is like really experiencing motion in flight, like you're flying high is what I'm getting from the Knight of Swords. And the other one, like you're just about to take off into flight. So you're not far behind. Whoever is like flying high, you know, experiencing great highs or success or something that you've overcome, the other one of you is not far behind. So I really love this because it's really indicating that twin flames are on the same page, on the same level. Everything is coming into balance, which is what all these intense energies are for, is to balance everything out so that everyone is on the same level or the same playing field. Not just twin flames, but I want to say as a planet, things are falling apart and things are changing to even the playing field, if that's how the saying goes. But yeah, like you're both in motion. And what I love about these horses is that horses represent like powerful forward movement, energy. So the stagnancy that I mentioned earlier is not a thing anymore. And if you don't see it happening yet in your connection, go within and see if you can feel that forward movement, feel that shift, like, oh my God, like, I'm not mad at my twin flame anymore. Or, wow, I really love my twin flame and I thought I was like trying to let them go. Whatever the case is, I'm just using that as an example. I'm not saying that that's happening. It could be, but it's really like, I want to say for twin flames that have tried to let go of the connection, and this happens all the time, it's very natural. Twin flames are returning to that heart center and feeling the connection. So twin flames, I want to say, are feeling more in love than ever. And with that feeling of love will trigger some, old resentment, because it's that resistance. So for those of us who are resisting feeling that in love feeling, what you're going to feel is resentment, because you're like, stop, I don't want to be in love with my twin flame right now. I can't handle that right now. But, you can't help what you feel. The heart wants what it wants. So those feelings of love that, twin flames have tried to suppress or run away from, they're ever present now, and they're causing you to fly high. So use this momentum, use that feeling of being in love, and channel it for your own benefit. Channel it into your business, channel it into your creative endeavors. That's what happens when I have caffeine. My thoughts are faster than my mouth can move. So you're both like in this high flying vibration, even though many of us kind of fight it. You're like, no, I'm too tired. It's been so exhausting on this journey. I just want to go nap. I want to go lay down. But the energy is just lifting you up and soaring you both to greatest heights. What's happening now is to help elevate you to your greatest heights. I love that. So let's continue on with how your twin flame is doing on their journey. How's your twin flame doing on their journey? How's your twin flame doing on their journey? Take that one. And that one. How's your twin flame doing? We have another Page of Cups. Oh my goodness. It's just like the card we had earlier. Page of Cups. And we have the Eight of Cups. Interesting. So you know how Eight of Cups is typically how I read it, or how other readers read it, is like you're turning away, letting go of something. But what I really saw is like your twin flame turned away so that they can come back home. So it looks like they've turned away from you, but they're actually on their way home. They're walking towards the sunset. And so it's all in how you perceive them. You may have perceived your twin flame as like gone, right? They've just left the building. You're like, what the heck just happened? Where did they go? But really, they needed to. And this is what comes up so very often in a lot of my clients' readings, is that there was a reason why they had to leave the building. There was a really important reason. And it may have seemed like they were running away, but they needed to leave the building, take care of what they had to take care of so that they could come home. So really, in essence, it's like, okay, hold tight. I'm going to be back. I'll be back. Just hang tight. And you're like, no, I'm not waiting. I'm not waiting for you to do whatever and then just come back whenever. That's how it felt when they took off. But there was a reason, and it was because they love you. It's because they had something outstanding that they had to take care of so that they could be with you in a harmonious way. Because I was even thinking about this, about um, my own personal journey. And I'm not sure if you're interested in knowing or not. I'm very private. I don't feel comfortable talking about my own personal twin flame journey. But I'll say this. I was washing the dishes, and then I thought, if I were to be with my twin flame tomorrow, would I really be happy? And then I heard the answer right away. And of course, I want to be with my twin flame 100%. Like, I've wanted this for so long. I've wanted this since I was born. I know that much. It was like I was born, okay, where's my twin flame? Like, I know that's how I felt. I was always looking for love, looking for the one. And here's the reason why. Because I'm not yet fulfilled in my own life, in my own goals, in what I have to achieve. So, sure, I can be with my twin flame and still achieve these things. However, if I haven't achieved what I want and I'm with my twin flame tomorrow, my, what's the word? My, not unhappiness, my dissatisfaction with my own life will come up, and I don't want to take that out. I don't want to take out my unhappiness on my twin flame, because it will come up. It will cause friction. It will cause conflict. So I prefer to be in a place where I'm at a place where I'm just sailing. I'm just, because I want to live a life with my twin flame that is smooth sailing. I want to be in a position where I don't have to worry about anything. Not my health, not my finances, not, my family, not my job, my career. I don't want to worry about anything. I don't want to be stressed when I'm with my twin flame. When I'm with my twin flame, it's going to be, the rest of our lives is just going to be a honeymoon. That's what I personally want. I'm not saying that that's how it is for all of you, but I really had to ask myself, like, am I really going to be happy tomorrow if we're together tomorrow? And my soul just said, no, you're not there yet. I know, that makes me sad too. Because like lately, it's just been really difficult, especially going through all these emotions. Enough about me, okay? I just want to give an example that they couldn't be happy with you because they had something unfulfilled. They had an experience that they couldn't check off on their list. As with you as well. Because if you did have everything checked off, you would have been together. Because twin flame union is meant to be pure bliss. So we have to ask ourselves, is everything else worked out in the rest of my life so that it is pure bliss? Or do I just want to be in this connection, avoid the rest of my life, and just have pure bliss? Because it will never work that way. It's like our twin flame connection doesn't automatically, magically make our life work. No, we still got to work on all that other stuff. I can't even get to organizing my kitchen, much less my life, to be ready for my twin flame. Okay, so that's enough about me. But see, your twin flame is on their way back because they had to leave the building. It's like when they were with you, all of a sudden they left their body because it was so intense. They never felt so much love. They never felt this before. Like, people don't experience, they don't know what it's like unless you're in a twin flame love. It's like, finally, everything that they talk about in stories and movies and music and songs and literature, you finally know what that feels like. And your twin flame's like, they just like all of a sudden left their body. They left their body. It was so intense. But what I'm really seeing here is a different perspective. They've now all of a sudden re-entered their body and they're like, boom, where's my twin flame? They've been off on their, off on a tangent in their own life, trying to experience, discover, fulfill things that they want to check off on their list. And they're en route home. So all you have to do is switch your perspective, because they didn't leave you. I know that's going to be, triggering, because you'll be like, well, yeah, they left me for someone else. Well, yeah, that was part of the original plan, to experience different energies, to see what they want. It's like, how do you know that you don't like a certain type of food if you haven't tried the other types of food? So they're coming back. They're making a comeback. Yeah, it's like all of a sudden it just hit them, and like, oh yeah, like they're awakened. They're reawakened to your connection, because they left their body, they left the building. They had to. They had some stuff outstanding that they needed to check off their list. And sometimes twin flames can't go on both journeys together. They had to go on their journey. You had to go on your journey. And like, you literally have to split up and say, okay, I'll meet you back here when you're done. And they're like, okay, sounds good. But in the meantime, all this resentment comes up because you're mad that they left. Meanwhile, that was your soul's agreement. If you just come from a space where both your souls made this agreement, everything will be much easier. And I don't mean to sound mocking, caffeine, but really, like, that's really all it is. You're both needing to experience things separately before you come into like long-lasting union. I'm so excited for you. I'm so excited for us all. And yeah, timelines can feel frustrating, but when you look back at it, it's like a blink of an eye. Okay, so the next thing we're going to look into is, don't tell me, guidance blocks, how they feel about you. Love messages. Yeah, okay. Love messages and love messages from your twin flame. Then we'll get into guidance and what's coming up for you. Love messages from your twin flame. Love messages from your twin flame. Love messages from your twin flame. Four of Swords. They're still going through some stuff. Energetically, it's quite exhausting for them, and it's taking a toll on them physically, mentally, emotionally. So they're not quite ready yet. But what I'm getting is that, they want to be ready. And that's the intention. That's the desire beneath this Four of Swords. They want to be recharged. They want to be ready and healthy and vibrant and full of vitality for your union. Right? They don't want to be stressed out, sickly, burdened. They want to be their best self for the connection, So they want you to know that they desire to be with you, but they just can't, like literally, physically. They're going through so much. Like really, even on the planet, there's so much coming up that we are all dealing with on very subtle, even energy levels, that it can be very taxing. So they're feeling this exhaustion. You may be feeling exhausted. You may have peak periods and then low periods and peak periods. And that's how I felt for the last couple months energetically, like up and down, up and down, up and down. It's so exhausting, you know? And to not only feel that way physically, but emotionally, it's like, oh my gosh, how would twin flames really, how would it be to be together when you're both so exhausted? So there's this, they're recharging, but they want you to know that the desire is there. You are the motivation for them to want wellness and well-being and vitality. You are their motivation and inspiration to look and feel their best. They desire you. They desire you. Your twin flame desires you. Yeah, like I'm getting like they're praying for you. That just may mean that they are hoping that you are well and that you're doing well. Yeah. Is this a Seven of Swords? It's a Five of Swords. Five of Swords. So they're still battling some of their insecurities and fears. They're not 100% confident to be with you yet. And you're like, why? You trigger them, you trigger all their insecurities. Like you love them so much that they're like, oh my God, my twin flame loves me so much. Like, what if I'm not good enough? What if I can't do this? What if I just disappoint them, fail them? What if I'm not good enough or attractive enough or sexy enough or smart enough or wealthy enough or kind enough? Like whatever the case is, they are like, oh my gosh, they just feel so on the spot. And I'm not saying like it's a bad thing because you love them. It's just, it triggers insecurities. They've never been loved like they have by you, or they've never felt loved like this before except by you. So they're still having to release their insecurities about themselves. Maybe they want to get into shape. Maybe they want to just be on top of their game for you. So they're still working on their confidence. So it's not like they would ever say this to you openly, but it's more like, I want to be with you, but I need to feel good about me first. I need to have my shit together. I don't like to use swear words, but I have to get my shit together. And they're looking at their past. They're having to deal with people from their past and people that they've dealt with and people that keep trying to re-enter their lives. And they're like, can you just leave me alone? And they're trying to be nice about it, but they're wanting to get their shit together. And sometimes like people won't leave them alone. Let's say 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, so they're taking better care of themselves, because what I'm getting is that more self-love. They're achieving success in what they have wanted for themselves, which has taken them a while, and which is probably why you've been in separation for so long, because they weren't experiencing success. And when I say success, it's just like fulfillment, or just feeling good about themselves, just even feeling better about themselves. That's what I'm really getting. They're feeling better about themselves. So that could mirror in increase of finance, or things flowing well in their environment, in their work, in their job, in putting themselves out there. Maybe they're doing well on social media. Maybe they're doing well in their career or in their business. Maybe they're having recognition. Maybe they are feeling better, and they just needed this. They needed this win to help feel more confident, so that they can return to the connection, return to you, like having their shit together. Sorry for saying shit. So they are telling you, like, I'm getting better. I'm getting better at getting my stuff together. So thank you for being patient with me, because I know it took a long time. I know that I was out in left field, and I just took off, or I don't communicate, or it seems like I don't love you, but I do. I just really needed to do this for me. I really needed this win for me, so that I could feel good about myself again. Even if that's a healing journey and they didn't realize it was a healing journey. You know, if they were off out in the world, or off in seclusion, or hiding in another relationship, they just needed to get their head on straight. And however they chose to do that, they're getting there. And 10 is like a very positive ending to that cycle that they needed to be in. So it hasn't been easy for them, because I'll just add this. Whoever the runner is makes it more difficult for themselves in general in life. Whoever's running from twin flame connection, whoever's running from love, actually makes things more difficult in their life. And I can speak from experience. Every time I've tried to run away, or shut down my feelings completely, or totally cut myself off from this connection, was the most miserable time of my life. And what tends to happen is, the more miserable you are, the more you will try to distract yourself, or hide yourself, or start a new connection, or start something that will just take up all your focus and energy. So it's been a rough ride for them, because if they are in that, if they were the runner, it's been a rough ride for them. And they can smile all they want and pretend everything's okay, but deep down inside, it's been turmoil that they've just been keeping to themselves, which has been affecting their health, which is why they need to recharge their batteries. And, you know, the universe is like, you got to get back into balance. Stop with your shenanigans. Okay, where are we at? Okay. I want to check in with the inner child, because no inner child shall get left behind. How's your inner child doing when it comes to your connection? How's your inner child doing? Because we want to know how your inner child is impacting your twin flame connection. How's the inner child doing? Thank you for answering me. We have another page of cups. Holy cow. Holy bejesus. And we have another knight of swords. Like these are all completely different decks, and it's just like, what is going on here? So yeah, Knight of Swords, we have 2 Knight of Swords here, and we have now 3 Page of Cups. Oh my god, when that happens, that's like some major something. Let's see, let's figure this out. Why is there 3 Page of Cups? Okay, so your inner child is definitely sensing that there's union happening, because the inner child is also the intuitive part of us. It's the part where imagination and magic resides. It's the part of us where what we believed as children becomes reality. Even fear. Whatever fears we had as children manifests in our adult life. So you see these 2 seahorses. Your inner child's like, not liking it. See, this is your inner child right in between 2 of you and your twin flame. Your inner child's like hesitant, like pulling back the reins, because they're still saying, are you sure you want this? Are you sure you want to risk getting your heart broken? You're going to give it all up for this notion of happily ever after? Your inner child is causing you all this doubt. And some days you actually believe those doubts, and your inner child's really keeping you safe from putting yourself out there, from believing in your twin flame connection, from actually trusting in love. Your inner child is like, you see how your inner child's like holding this cup of love to themselves. It's like cup of love, and they're just holding it to themselves. They don't want to give it. They don't want to share it because they don't want to share you, by the way. They don't want to share your love. They're not ready to possibly risk losing your attention, because every day the inner child has hope that you're going to find them, that you're going to reconnect. Think of these, for example, popped into my head, like an orphan child. The greatest wish of a child who's orphaned is that they'll find a parent, or a parent will find them and love them and take them home. So every day your inner child has this hope that you're gonna find them, you're gonna want them, you're gonna love them. And every day they wait for you. Every day they wait for your attention, for your love, for some acknowledgement. And when they sense that you are close to union, they're very triggered, afraid that they're going to lose you, afraid of losing you altogether and never finding them. It's really sad. I'm really tapping into that sadness, because so many of us, you know, we can feel like we're orphans sometimes. We can feel like, you know, we're in life by ourselves, having to do things on our own. And so you do get the sense of, you know, feeling like an orphan, feeling like not supported. So we got to heal all that, because the truth is you are supported. The universe has your back 110%. Maybe you just didn't know that. But the universe supports you. We're just made to believe that it's every man for himself, that it's just a scary, bad world out there. No. Certain certain influences caused us to believe that, but that's not the truth. We literally live in a paradise. We're just conditioned not to see it. So let me bring it back. So we are conditioned to think that it's okay. So the universe has your back. So that's the truth. The universe supports your union. So we just got to heal our blocks and our false beliefs. And where is the other card that was it this card? Yeah, Knight of Swords. So that's where your inner child is at. Your inner child is wanting communication with you. Swords is about like thought, communication, the mental realm. They're wanting to connect with you, but I feel like they're also kind of swaying your thoughts. And I was almost going to use the word manipulating your thoughts, but I choose not to use that word. I think I used it a lot in last week's reading, but I don't choose to see that. I just don't want to bring that energy in. So your inner child is influencing your thoughts to stay safe and to stay in your comfort zone. And I know it's not just you, it's collectively, and it's me too. I'm feeling this too. 100%. My inner child wants to keep me safe in my little comfort zone so I don't have to put myself out there and be rejected. So we still have work to do. I know I still have work to do to work on releasing feeling rejected. You know, we all experience that at some point in our life, and it becomes an energetic block because it's a fear of rejection, it's an emotional block, and it just causes us to create more of the same. We don't want to create rejection in our life. We want to create acceptance and unconditional love and feeling welcomed and honored and seen and recognized. So we have to heal away all those emotions and foster new ones that we want to experience. So that's where your inner child is at. We all still need some work, and I've been on the healing journey for way too long. I'm not even going to mention how long, but I do need work myself, so don't feel disheartened. Okay, let's pick it up. Let's pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. What's coming up for you in your connection? Did I use this deck yet? Okay, what's coming up for you in your connection? What's coming up for you and your twin flame? Here's one. Here's another one. We have another page. Yeah, so earlier we had the Page of Wands, 3 Page of Cups, and a Page of Swords. If any of you are reading into this page energy, feel free to comment below in the comments and let me know what you think about having all these pages in one freaking reading. Like, I don't think this has ever happened to me. And mind you, it's because I'm using like 7 different tarot decks, so the odds are greater that repeat cards will come out, but what is it about the page, guys? So, okay, so did we do guidance yet? No, we didn't. Okay. So this is what's coming up for you. Communication. They're preparing to communicate with you. They're in heavy preparation mode. I want to say both of you are. You may be preparing for communication. You may be preparing to receive communication. You may be preparing like to meet without really consciously knowing it, but you're like nesting. You're like in preparation mode. You're getting your stuff together too, because you feel it. You feel it that you're going to meet. So they're preparing what they want to say. So you may be receiving communication very soon. I feel like they're a bit apprehensive still. Just the whole page energy is like, you know, taking baby steps, one step at a time, not really sure, not like the Knight energy where, you know, full steam ahead, let's do this. Their page energy is not that fast. So they're preparing. You may hear from them shortly, but again, it may need its time to fully ripen because they are, again, recharging their batteries. So that's positive. There is this desire to want to connect with you. 9 of Wands. Yeah, like I want to say like it's been a rough ride for both of you. It hasn't been easy for you. But I feel like with the 9 of Wands, you are coming out of this energy of it being so heavy, of the wounded healer having to, you know, try to help and heal your twin flame. Meanwhile, it's difficult for you to heal yourself. And like it's time for you to focus on you, not so much your twin flame connection. But I do see this as lifting. This energy being the end of the cycle, a 9, is very positive indication that you're getting to the end of this heaviness of being in this wounded vibration. So that's good. I feel that it's still, I still feel like we're all going through that. I know even for myself, feeling those heavy energies are still there. But I want to say, hang in there because we're getting to the end, which again is where this beautiful new beginning is, you know, about to happen. Because again, our lives are just cycles, lots of endings, which mean lots of beginnings, and they just keep going in cycles and cycles and cycles and cycles. So I want to say it is looking very positive. It's still sticky and still feeling heavy because we are purging, where all this stuff is coming up, which can cause some mental confusion, but always come from your heart. Your heart will always lead you back. So in saying that, let's get some guidance for you. Guidance from the universe, how to navigate your twin flame, and then we'll close the reading. If this reading resonated, please feel free to book your personal twin flame reading to gain more insight into what's going on. This is the new moon, and so it's a great time to gain more clarity on where you're both at, and a great time for healing. So if this reading resonated, also message me to receive the Innerchild Healings, which are designed to target your specific inner child blocks and assist you in energetically releasing them. Okay, I'll grab that one. Guidance for you and your twin flame connection. Temperance card. Yeah, healing. Strength. So the universe is really saying you do have you're stronger than you think. What I really see is that the universe is saying you're passing with flying colors. Because of everything that you've gone through, it's time to graduate because you've suffered enough. So I really see this as the universe is saying, hang in there. It's been a rough ride. It may be a little bumpy, but that's just the inner emotions. You have the strength to get through this. And it's almost like you're going to feel it, but it's not going to be as challenging or difficult as it has been in the past when you were dealing with these emotions. Because what triggers the emotions are the reflections that are happening to us in the outer 3D world, which cause to trigger our inner emotions to bring them to the surface. And so what happens is that these emotions still get trapped because we don't know how to release them. They get trapped in our aura because we don't know how to release them. And that's where, where we need help in releasing these emotions. So the Temperance card, I really am getting that it is about healing. It's about balancing. See the 2 cups, water represents emotions, represents the subconscious. And it's about balancing, having not both feet in the water, not having you totally immersed in your emotions, but having that balance between your emotions and with, emotions and the intellect or the real, or just in balance with everything else, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and physically. So just having that balance, I feel like that is the energy that is coming up for both of you. So it could feel challenging, but know that this is just part of the journey to release what you've been holding on to for so long. But not to worry, because you do have the strength to get through it. You do. You've gotten so strong. You are literally warriors of love, because you believe in love, and you, even though you want to walk away from it, it's like this love is just always there for your twin flame. Gosh darn it. And it's just made you strong. That no matter what is going on and what your head says, your heart knows the truth. Your heart knows that only love is real. Only love. It's only love that really matters. So I want to say, you got this. We got this. And for those of you who are a bit more sensitive to energies, or really sensitive to energies, you could be feeling a lot of stuff coming up, but know that you got this. You're going to feel it, but you're still going to be able to get through this time. And for those of you who are not really tuned into the energies, you got it made. Stuff is coming up to be cleared, and you're like, yeah, no problem. So wherever you're at, the outcome is amazing. We're just getting to the next step. We're getting to the next level. We are going deeper when it comes to letting go of the past. Because not only are we letting go of the past, we're letting go of things that happened as we were growing up, in our childhood, and from past lives and past lives and past lives. All of that has come to a close in this lifetime. And so we are being hit with it left, right, and center. And but you're doing it. You've gotten to a level where it's yep. They're just flying off like they're nothing. You know how Wonder Woman has those bracelets and the bullets, she's like just kidding. But yeah, the bullets are just bouncing off you. You're bulletproof, baby. We got this. Okay? So, it was challenging to feel all that stuff because, again, we're reading the energies, and the energies that are there are what we are going through together as a planet, as twin flames, in our connections. We're all going through very similar things. So we are getting through it. We're getting through the thick of it. We're getting to the other side. So keep going. There are going to be ups and downs. You're going to have days where you feel great and completely in alignment. And there are days where you're going to be like, I don't even want to get out of bed. I just don't want to. But that's okay, because it's a very intense times when we are going through transition. And as a planet, we are going through major transition. We are literally in the labor pains of birth to rebirth our planet into higher and higher vibration. So, you guys are doing the work even though you don't know you are. Your twin flames doing the work even though they're off in left field. They don't even know what's really happening, or maybe they do. Maybe they do have that awareness, and they're contributing to the rebirth of our planet. And that's what twin flames are here to do, to lead the planet, to lead the rest of the world into the new earth. So I was going to say congratulations, but yeah, congratulations. Excellent job. We're almost there. We're at the 11th hour, and it's exciting. It's nerve-wracking, but it's exciting. Hopefully this 11th hour won't last for like 11 years or 11 months or whatever, but it's coming to a close. Everything is happening for your benefit, for our benefit, for the benefit of humanity, especially when it doesn't look like it. That's when things are really happening for us, because no longer are we going to be enslaved in the old ways. We have to grow, we have to evolve, and that's where we're heading. So thank you for all that you do. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for believing in love. Thank you for believing in yourself. And, just for keeping the faith, because it hasn't been hard. Whether you've been on this journey for 20 years or, 20 weeks, it's not ever easy, but you have what it takes. You were born for this, like what I said in the last reading. You were meant to be doing this. So excellent job, congratulations, and that's the reading. So thank you again so very much. Yeah, I think I said everything I wanted to say. Thank you for watching these videos. I really thank you for subscribing, for liking, sharing, for commenting, and I really appreciate your support, because I remember back when I just started, I had 0 followers. No one cared what I had to say. No one knew what I was doing, and now that you're all here, you help my work to grow and to get out there. You help my channel to grow. So please subscribe if you haven't already. Please share. And I just love being here with you. So in saying that, I really hope you enjoyed today's reading. I just want to send you all so much love and gratitude for being here and for being who you are. I love each and every one of you. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of your journey. And until next time, I'm wishing you all so much love and peace. Mwah, mwah, mwah.